Sea slater, or Ligia oceanica, is a species of woodlouse found along the British coast, living between the high and low tide marks in rock pools, caves, and along rocky cliffs. These are isopods, not insects. Sea slaters are the largest woodlouse in the world, though not the largest isopods, reaching lengths of 3 centimeters or 1.2 inch, and that's not including the antenna. They have big black compound eyes, very long antennae, and 14 legs, and tend to be grey or greenish in colour. Sea slaters spend their days hidden under stones or scurried away into dark crevices, hiding from the circling seabirds carefully eyeing the beach for prey. Despite having gills, they do not spend their lives underwater, they just like to stay where it's damp. When the dark of night grants them cover, sea slaters make their move, scouring the beach for decaying seaweed to munch on. They are detritivores, meaning they eat dead organic materials, mainly plant matter. Sea slaters play an important role in the ecosystem alongside fungi, microorganisms, and other detritivores to achieve remineralization, the breakdown or transformation of organic matter into its simplest forms, allowing for the matter to be reused as nutrients for other organisms, a vital part of the food chain. Sea slaters can live up to 3 years provided they can dodge the seabirds that prey upon them, and tend to only mate once in their lifetime. When it's time for them to grow larger, woodlice all shed their exoskeletons, and sea slaters are no exception. Interestingly, they actually shed their exoskeleton one half at a time. Here you can see one who's gotten a little bit of the front half stuck over his face as he's peeling it off. Bad news for him, as it's taking a while longer than he'd like. Good news for me, because it kept him still long enough for me to get some footage. Sea slaters move at much faster speeds than the land-dwelling woodlice you may be familiar with, and can mainly be told apart by their habitat. But telltale identifiers are the big black eyes and longer antennae, and the fact that sea slaters grow much larger than the woodlice you find in your garden. Though all woodlice have gills, the gills of sea slaters are less adapted to land, and as such they are far more prone to dehydration. This is why they have to live in such damp conditions and prefer not to come out during the day. You can find sea slaters into the winter months. Your best bet is searching in the late evening or night. But if you have access to relatively undisturbed rocky beaches, you can expect there to be plenty of them scurrying around just out of sight. These guys are completely harmless. They can't and won't bite you. They'll scurry about, they can move pretty quickly, but they're adorable. If you find them creepy, just try to think of them as tiny little armadillos with extra legs and no leprosy.